McLaren. Oh, there's more McLarens. There's one, there's two, and then there's a blue one in the front showroom. But all right, guys, you get the point. Maybe looking at this Nissan Gtr right here would change my mind and change my lifestyle. I mean, this doesn't have a manual transmission, but it does have a green helmet in it. You see that green helmet? This is California Kaldune here. We are about to head over to CNC Motors today because guess what? We're going to be taking a look at a few cars that I might be getting instead of the Acura NSX. So I might be replacing my Acura NSX or maybe adding to my fleet. I don't know. I don't even have a fleet. I only have two cars, a Tesla and an Acura NSX, which right now is cold start warming up by itself. Look at this. Just warming up, guys. It's got that condensation. It's been sitting in my garage for about a week without getting started. So, you know, I'm just giving it its own respect right here and letting it do its thing. Once it's ready to go, I'm going to hop in the car and we're going to go take a look at some vehicles at CNC when we get back. All right, people, we are pulling up to CNC Motors. CNC. Waiting for our arrival. That's right. Look at this. All kinds of stuff here. All kinds of good stuff. Look at this car over here. We got the Rolls Royce in the house. Got a Fisker, some Teslas, a Lotus. This is just on the outside of the car, guys. Like, we're just like, I mean, on the outside of like CNC Motors, not the outside of the car. We're not outside yet. We haven't even gotten out of the car. There's another weird looking Lotus right there. Yeah. I can't wait to see what they got in store for us. Yeah, they're usually pretty well stocked here at CNC. They're one of the largest dealerships for exotic cars in the world, actually. So let's go check it out. All right. We have arrived. Guys, so it's like being a kid in a candy store. We're here at the CNC Motors actually taking a look at some cars, and guess what? I don't know if a few of these will seem familiar to you, but in my last video we had the 355 in the video actually, and it's right here today. Check it out, 355. And then right behind me we've got a 458. Look at this. Now, all this might not seem that impressive right on the scope. I mean, obviously you've got like little red bows everywhere for these cars. But more importantly, let's talk about like what I'm going to be doing here. I'm basically going to look at some prospective cars that I think I could possibly replace my car with, or maybe even add to my garage, probably have to take out a loan. Not really sure how all that will work, but I mean, let's just take a look. See right off the bat if any of these things look like it would make sense for me to trade in. Maybe if I save up enough money, I can get one of these. I mean, obviously they're giving out tricycles here. Hey, did you know that this place actually takes cars on consignment too? I mean, so if you're in SoCal and you want to consign your car and then maybe get a car from them, you could do that. But, you know, some of the people, I get the feeling, just come in and straight out just buy a car here because they've probably got enough money to do so. I'm definitely not one of those people, at least not yet. I mean, you know, if I win the Powerball, that might change, but I guess for now, I'll probably just have to window shop or either take out a loan to get my car. Look, wow. All right, sorry guys. Something just caught my eye really good right here. Check this car out. You see, this is obviously a, you know, it's a 550 Maranello. And I do like it because and why it caught my eye was just right off the bat. You could see that there is a gated shifter right there in the middle. You see that gated shifter right there? The gated shifter, that is definitely something you want to get, you know? Let's look at this gorgeous silver color. Look at that. Take a look. Let's take a look and see the inside right here on the driver's side. You see all that good stuff right there? That's what's happening. That's what's happening in this car right here. It's nothing but good stuff. I mean, I could go for a little bit of a different type of view with a Ferrari California if I wanted. But to be clear, this really isn't my type. I'm more of like, get me involved, get me driver focused with the car. And a 360 Modena, that kind of looks like more my speed. What do you think? Check this out right here. Look at this. Does the 360 look like it would be something you guys would be interested in? You know, believe it or not, the NSX and the 360 are kind of at the same price point. The only reason I didn't originally go with a 360 was because I was worried about maintenance. But, you know, that could all change with just a few comments, right? No, I'm just kidding. Like, I don't think I would probably get a 360. Well, at least not these two, because, you know, they're not manual transmission. But, I mean, you know, things change from day to day. You could see a car and then fall in love, and then your life just changes. I can tell you for sure, I know that the one car I won't be getting is this 348 right here. I'm just not a huge fan of the 348. You know, some people like it, some people don't, but the look for me just doesn't cut it. I mean, I just couldn't see myself getting a 348, but it does have the manual transmission. Got that good old school 8-ball right here. You know, good for shifting gears. Or if you want to go classic, we could go from red Ferrari to classic yellow, you know, I dare say it, The Rock. Have you ever seen a movie called The Rock? Well, here it is. Now, granted, the Ferrari they had was a manual transmission Ferrari. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but Nicolas Cage was driving a manual transmission 355 Spider. And that looked really good in the movies. Another car that would be potentially fun would be an Aston Martin, which we have here. Take a good look at that. You know, it's black. It's got some scratches on the paint, but you know, if you do a 3-level stage 3 restoration of the paint, which, you know, I would probably do on each and every one of the cars that I would buy here, if I had unlimited money, I would still get it ceramic coated and, you know, just take care of the paint that way. I'm just a perfectionist. Like my NSX, I got a stage 3 ceramic coating on it, where they basically brought the paint back to life, because when I originally got my NSX, it had a lot of little scratches on it. You know, it's not really the worst thing in the world to have an NSX with scratches on it, but for me, being a perfectionist the way that I am, I really wanted something that didn't have scratches. We could just forget about going the supercar route if you want, and just get this Brabus equipped monster right here called the 4x4 squared. Look at it. Look at this bad boy. I did a review on this not too long ago, probably about a month ago. I did a review on this 4x4 Brabus squared, and yeah, it's an animal. Like, pretty much, look at this thing. There's two of them. There's one over here in silver, and then there's one over here in black. Both crazy looking cars. I mean, they're just like huge. Just look at them. Look, I'm literally getting lost walking between the two of these things. Literally. You know? And if that wasn't enough, maybe looking at this Nissan Gtr right here would change my mind and change my lifestyle. I mean, this doesn't have a manual transmission, but it does have a green helmet in it. You see that green helmet? Yeah, look at that. And it's got suede in it. It's got suede. This thing must be custom. Let's take a look at the window sticker. All right. I don't really see any mentions about it being custom, but it's obvious to me that it is some sort of custom job going on here. Even look at the body kit on the bottom. Maybe I'll go for a Mercedes-Benz? Nah. It's nice, but it's a little too boring. That would be just like me jumping from my Tesla into this thing. I mean, my Tesla, at least it's engineered and good quality and has, well, I mean, Mercedes-Benz is great quality. Don't get me wrong. Mercedes-Benz is awesome. Well, I'm just saying, my Tesla feels a little bit more fun than that, you know, grandpa thing right there. Hey, check this bad boy out. We got a Stingray in the house. Look at the interior on the Stingray. Look at that. Look at that shift knob. 4-speed transmission. Look at that. 4-speed. You just shift gears. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all you get. You don't get any more than that. It's crazy to think that at one point our transmissions were 4-speed. And I don't even think that this is the one that has fuel injection. It looks like this has a carburetor. I don't know. Let's take a look. I'm not an expert on engines, but I think that's probably a carburetor in there. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong. Look at this thing. Maybe I'll go for a yellow Corvette. Let's take a look at a... Whoa, we got a Burgundy Corvette right here. Look at this Burgundy Corvette. I gotta tell you guys, I'm not a huge fan of Corvettes. Not a huge fan. But we could, I mean, potentially, if I got enough viewers and I got enough support from you guys, I could potentially get one of these, right? This right here, for all of you who don't know, this is a Lamborghini Murcielago Roadster. You know, it's a Roadster. It's got a roof that goes there, but it's not there. But trust me, it would be a really great treat if we got something like this on my channel. Maybe in the future, maybe one day, who knows? Maybe I'll have all these great cars. Maybe I'll have more. It's entirely up to you. Check out this. Oh my goodness. Look at this bad boy right here. This is a Lamborghini Aventador. And it's on sale for $299 if you guys want to get it. Maybe you don't want an Aventador. Maybe you want a Huracan. Hey, are we shopping for me or shopping for you? Because if we're shopping for you, you guys have unlimited budget. You can get pretty much whatever you can comment in the, you know, in the comment sections. Like, I can't afford to get any of this, but I could realistically do something like this Lotus over here, right? I could do a Lotus. Lotus wouldn't be bad. I don't know if I'd want to get in this Stradman orange color, but you know, it's just something to think about. It does have the manual transmission, and it does have a reliable Camry V6 engine in it. Oh, what is this? Is this a BMW M car? Yes, indeed it is. A Bmw M3 on sale for $84,000. Look at the interior on this car, guys. This is really something. Got those nice white face gauges. This car, I mean, white face gauges, the way it looks, that manual transmission, all this was available in 1990. It's pretty cool. I mean, like, I think I wouldn't mind having something like this. Take a look at the back of this thing. You know, another great car is this. Well, actually, this isn't a good car to buy. Trust me, you don't want to buy this car. This car right here, an M6, you don't want me to buy that, and you don't want to get that, trust me, because that's just going to be nothing but trouble. But hey, there are some nice little cars over here on the side. Check this out. Got a Z28. Got a Cougar. I've been with a few Cougars in my time. You know, yeah. No, seriously, check out this Cougar. I don't think I would buy it though, but it's got some nice dice in there. Definitely some nice dice. Maybe I'll get a Camaro. A friend of mine had this Camaro and he really enjoyed it, but I feel like the Camaro muscle community isn't really ready for a guy like me because I'm pretty much like a dork, you know? So I don't think I'm good enough for the Camaros, but maybe I could get my hands on one of these Shelbys. It's a replica though, but who cares? I mean, a replica is always good. 1965 Shelby Replica. It's a little scary when they don't have the price. That means it's probably out of my range, you know? But it's a really nice replica. I can't say enough good things about this car because you know what? If it wasn't for the Shelby coming around, we wouldn't have gotten the Viper. And if it wasn't for the Viper, we probably wouldn't have gotten a lot of the great supercars we have now because that horsepower race started up really hardcore in the 90s. And I think it had something to do with the Viper coming out, making all that horsepower. So all these cars had to step it up. We got the legendary Supra in the house. Check this out. This car needs a little bit of work, but I don't think, you know, a car that needs a little bit of work would be a bad idea. I mean, it is JDM. I mean, you can never go wrong with a Supra unless you've got an NSX sitting next to it. This is a modified white NSX. Check it out. Look at this wing right here. I mean, this is a different look than my car. This has a wing, a body kit, some exhaust. It's got the, looks like some LED lighting in the back too. I mean, potentially a great car. It's got the Senna sticker. And they took the engine cover off so you can actually see inside the engine. Well, you can't really see anything because the mesh is in the way, but I think they did a phenomenal job like putting this car together. Just look at the rims. Look at the gas tank too. Check this out. It's a little bit different than my stock NSX. I mean, it has some upgrades here, like the steering wheel. It looks like the center console's been upgraded. You know, it's a different feel. This is a modified vehicle. It's just going to be a different feel from my car. But check it out. Look at this. Wow, look at that interior. The stitching on the seats. Steering wheel, the shift knob's even different. I can tell this is one of the first generation NSXs because, you know, on the actual temperature gauge, the gauge has a blue check mark, or a blue line, I should say check mark, blue line on the gauge. So without even checking, I want to bet you that this is probably like in like early 1990s, like probably 91, 92 era. Mine is a 95. We don't have the check mark, but check it out. Let's see if I'm right. Did you see that? It's a 92. Okay. You know, I was on the money for that. 1992 Acura NSX with the little blue line on the temperature gauge. Gotta love this 560 SL though. When I was growing up, my dad had a couple of Mercedes. We weren't like rich or anything, but we had a few old school Mercedes like this, and he used to fix them up. But you know, I never really got to enjoy being in the car because he mainly drove it without me most of the time. So I would just mainly look at it inside the garage and think, wow, that's a really nice car. And an interesting story is my dog, my German Shepherd, actually ate my dad's Mercedes-Benz seats one time. And you know, the crazy part was, my dad's like a really old school, hardcore, you know, tough guy, but he didn't kick my dog out. He actually still let my dog live with us, you know? So it was a good situation overall. I can't really say anything bad, especially not when you're standing in front of one of these. Look at this Shelby right here. Check out the chrome. Damn, look at that. This is phenomenal, guys. Do you see all this interior in here? Look at that. I mean, it might be a little too dark for you guys to see, but can you see that snake right there? That's how you know it's a real Shelby, right? You got that snake. Got that little snake in the back. I love this fucking emblem. Excuse my language, but I really do love it. I love the snake emblem. They've got some other stuff here. I mean, there's a Raptor. They've got, you know, H1. They've got some trucks. I mean, they have literally anything you guys can dream of. And if they don't have it, they can find it for you. That's what another thing I love about CNC is that, you know, if you want a Hummer H1 with, you know, the ability to self-lift and lower itself, you can get one. Have you ever seen the system for, you know, an inflatable tire system like that? Have you ever seen one up close? I haven't. I'm not going to pretend I did. Look at the interior on this. We got an old school Bronco right here too. I mean, that could be me, right? Give it a few months and I could be an off-roading old school Bronco guy, right? My channel blows up on old school Broncos. Yeah. Yeah, this could literally be me, guys. So give me some ideas. Hey, crazy, crazy, crazy. You know that this is a real Hummer H1 when the windshield's already cracked. Check this out. Can you see those cracks? Oh, damn, I just hit you guys, but did you see the cracks right there? Look at it, it's all cracked up. That doesn't bother me. You know what? That tells me that this truck right here can do everything it says it can do, everything it promises it can do. But if you're not doing it with 24s, then what's the point? Because check out this Jeep right here. I mean, anything is possible at CNC Motors, anything. Your mind can literally dream it up and they can provide it for you. That's what I love about coming here. It's like being a kid in a candy store. You know, I really do feel like I could just run around here all day looking at the old school Corvettes, the Porsches. We've got Hummers, we've got Mercedes, we've got Ferraris, we've got Lamborghinis, they've got McLarens, they've got everything, Lotuses. They even have an NSX. And hell, they even have one of the Porsches that I would actually consider trading my NSXs in, or my NSX in for, which is this right here. But of course, it's not a manual, so that idea is out right now. It is a turbo though. Oh wait, did we look at this red thing over here? Is this a 944 manual? I think it is. Look at the manual gearbox on here. Definitely gotta love that slant nose in the front. Look at that. That's nice. You know, looking at the GTR though right here that we just saw, it's missing a wing. That's what it's missing. Look at the back of it. It just looks too plain. Right? Am I missing something? There should be a wing right there. It should be like right here, like staring us in the face, but it's not. I mean, if it had like a nice wing, I could definitely see myself thinking about it, but it doesn't have a wing. Look at this Porsche right here. No manual, but you got the PDK, which can't be beat. Oh my God, guys, look what I did to the NSX. I curbed it. That could have been me. Look at how bad I curbed it right there. I didn't scrape the bottom of the car, but if I had just, you know, kept going, this could be it might even be a disaster when I pull that thing back. I don't even know. That's how you could tell I don't really know what the hell I'm doing half the time. I could have messed that car up. That could have been a big problem. That's, you know, in reality, the situation with that parking job right there, that is because I don't take the NSX out all that much. So I wouldn't know to look for that. The only thing I look for is like those driveways that are steep. And when I'm pulling out to make sure I don't scrape as I'm turning, but you know, yeah, I really don't have an excuse for why I did that, but I will never say anything bad about this Gemballa right here. Do you guys even know what a Gemballa Porsche is? Well, you're about to find out. It's a freaking legend. Look it up. And they have one at CNC. Can you believe that? Check this out right here. Look at this. Look at these rims. They're freaking gnarly. Gemballa sticker going across. I think Ed Bullion was obsessed with one of these Gemballas for a real long time, and I think he tried to buy one or something, or maybe he did buy one and he sold it and flipped it and made money on it. But it was a newer Gemballa. I don't think it was an old school Gemballa like this. Like, this is a 1990 Porsche Carrera Gemballa. Look at the interior. I love the shift knob. Got that classic Alpine stereo right there. That's classic Alpine. For you guys that don't know, back in the 90s, a lot of the major car companies that did exotics like Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche, they put Alpine stereo systems in their car because, well, you know, these car companies were focused on making their cars fast. They didn't really care about sounds too much except for the engine, right? And before we actually take a step out of here, you got to take a look right here at this GT. Now, it's roped off, and I'm obviously not going to cross into the rope to go look to it, but it's a really nice car. You guys should definitely check it out online or go to your local dealership that has one and see one in person. It's freaking huge. It's really nice, though. Look at it. Yeah. That is a really nice GT. Look at those GT lights. Do you see the GT lights right here? On that Ford emblem. All right, guys, so it's like being a kid in a candy store. I've went through a bunch of these cars and I've really taken a look, and what it's made me realize is that I gotta appreciate what I have outside, because my car actually looks just as good, if not better, than a lot of these cars. And, you know, I could only see myself getting rid of the NSX for maybe something, I don't know. I really couldn't tell you which car would actually, you know, make sense or make me want to get rid of the NSX. I really couldn't tell you. I mean, can you guess a car that maybe I would be thinking of possibly of getting rid of the NSX for? I mean, is there any car in here that you think that I might be considering, you know, getting a loan and trading in my NSX for? Does anything come to mind? But I will tell you this, my passion for the NSX is very deep rooted. I would honestly want that Ferrari if I could keep my NSX, but I wouldn't want to get rid of my NSX for that Ferrari, potentially. At least that's what I feel like right now. And I just, you know, I waited so long for my NSX. I looked for it for over a year and a half, and I made multiple trips around the state of California to find it. And I'm pretty happy with it. But, you know, looking at a Ferrari 360 sometimes gets a little tempting, except when you think about the maintenance. And then my interior on my NSX is pretty nice. I actually like my NSX interior a little bit more than this, believe it or not. But it does look better in black. And then it does have nice gauges too. Check these out. At the end of the day, this is all just thoughts. You know, maybe I should go surf the internet and look for some more cars. And I think I'll do that. I think I'll do that when I get home. And some thoughts, maybe you guys have any ideas of what I should do? I mean, now that we're at the dealership and we've taken a look around, anything come to mind? Any suggestions here? Let me know. Put some comments, like, dislike, subscribe, or don't subscribe. Just interact with me and let me know. What do you guys think about my car situation now that we've taken a very good little tour through CNC and seen just a little bit of what they have to offer, because there's actually more cars than they're showing here right now. This is just what fits in this showroom right here. Oh, look, a McLaren. Oh, there's more McLarens. There's one, there's two, and then there's a blue one in the front showroom. But all right, guys, you get the point. Well, I'll see you later.